Okay.
When you have a phone call, then bring it up like this, okay? You said you're not taking
We're
phone
not
calls?
taking phone calls. A couple
Yeah,
of
later.
Yeah,
Just two
later.
people are
All right,
calling.
I'll have them ready in case you are.
All right, two people are. You can put it up, we'll tell you when, like 10
No,
of
you
or
tell me,
something.
you tell me.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, 10 of
There's
us
no
go.
number up.
10 of, yep, yep. 'Cause, yeah.
I'm trying to find these, I couldn't even find the kids.
They were so excited. We'll reach out to you after the show. Waiting and waiting. I'm like, I don't know their names.
There's some kids, they're just so busy.
I know. And they're kids too, so you know how that goes.
All right, so there it is. It's on your wall now.
On my wall.
It's on your wall, baby.
Ooh, baby. Four, 444. Michelle Verbit, 444. Just looking at the clock. Just saying. It's a thing. Say what? Oh, you're looking up the kids. I heard something that they said about their name, and I was going to look them up, and then I just lost. Yeah, even their personal pages, right? They got them.
Text me the other photos.
I will.
I mean, we have time now. We're not
Yeah,
doing
text
nothing.
them now.
Yeah, because we have time. Because I want to. We have time.
Yeah.
So then
Let's see what I got.
and I'll
here.
text you
Oh,
what
who's
we
this?
have.
Kristen. I'm gonna do my best. Hopefully, my husband is home by then. Both kids are home. And then we'll interrupt them. What's the number again? Do you know the call?
Tell the number, the calling
the
number.
call?
609, 807,
Hang on. 609 807
2492.
2492. Smiley face. Okay. Kathy Sir K. And texting me photos. I sent you that one.
I'm going to send you
Oh,
this
this
one.
one's no good. This one's good.
This one's good. I agree. I'm like, this ain't good. This one is.
Let's see, that one's a
We'll do
little
this,
blurry.
right?
Well, this one's better, so this is no good.
This one is good.
Better. So I have two other ones.
Okay.
Oh, three other ones. So it's
Share that.
this one, and this one. Share. Sending it to you by text, correct?
Yep. Text, please. So then I will print them out. I'm going to send you a couple. Bye, Schnookums.
Bye, nice
Bye,
to see you.
Ruben.
Don't work too hard, all right?
Hugs, baby, hugs.
I've only sent two. I hate when it does that. Alright.
Bye, sweetheart.
Thank you, bye. Jerry.
What, babes?
No, I'm looking.
Oh.
Talking to myself.
I think we're all
Okay, so
talking to
there's
ourselves.
two.
Listen, we're losing
There's
it,
one
baby.
more.
We're losing it.
Which one didn't send? Oh, I know which one didn't send.
Losing it, baby.
This one. Where do they live? Not in Howell.
No, I put down your, Deptford.
Okay.
Sending you to another one now. So we're just sitting here anyway.
It shouldn't be though.
They're on Facebook. I even told them, I said, friend me.
What's their name? What's the one kid? Give me one name.
Well, it must be Dominic Levy.
Let's see.
I'm looking at him now. See if I can find him that way. I know what he looks like. He's here.
Some people spell Dominic strange, so
I
let's
know,
see.
that's the other thing.
I am an idiot with technology, okay? I'm not even gonna tell you what I just thought.
There's a lot of Dominic Levy's here.
I know.
All right, let's see. This one is meaning of. Okay. Is this him?
Wouldn't make, I don't know.
Twimsy?
Start friending them all, they're like, what?
It doesn't tell you about them.
I know. Very confusing.
All right, so
Is
now,
that what he looks like? No.
That's not it.
Okay.
please
So
tell
let's try
me
this one.
that you got 2 from me.
Not yet.
All right.
Wait, I probably will though.
Hello, everybody out there. We're going to be starting in 10 minutes. We're going to allow you to listen to our nonsense until that happens.
Woo! One for the nonsense.
All right. There we go, baby. There we go.
Gene, I don't know. What about this last guy with the red car?
Oh, I think I got him. Dom Levy. There he is.
Dom.
It's a musician band. Yep, it's him because he's 18 years old, with plays in South Jersey and Philadelphia area. He's a strange guy. That's it.
Sit up a minute and look at that screen real quick.
Oh yeah, that's him and his son.
Let me
Okay,
see your face.
That's who he is. Okay, Dom Levy. Let me see.
All right.
It's over.
Ready?
I'm gonna add him as a friend.
That's better, right?
And then
Yeah.
I'll send him to you, Ava.
Okay, that's good.
No, you just moved. You got to do
Well,
that.
hang
for me.
on a minute.
All right. I'm trying to take a screenshot on here of us there.
I did that before. Yeah, I got something from you, Jerry.
All right.
Marco says he's watching us. He's a
Hi,
stalker.
baby. All right, ready? So now, all right, now look into there.
Okay. Which way do you want this? Wait, let me get rid of this,
Yeah.
first of all.
All right.
Because that's pulling
So
me
there
like,
you go. All right, ready?
All right, how's that?
Good. I hope it worked. All right, there you go.
I got one of you earlier.
I got one of you, baby, now.
He says you're friends with him.
Maybe I know him already.
He says you're friends. It's close.
It's the guy you had a fight
What?
with.
The Holly Lewis Court.
Listen, it
Oh,
was
well,
the
maybe
guy-
he friended me last night.
Listen, it was the guy you had a fight with last time.
Yeah, but I didn't know who he was. He didn't send me a message or anything.
You look down too quick. It's all right.
What the heck? I can't even see.
Friends with me.
Hi,
He
Felicia.
probably did it
Hey,
last
everybody.
night. Hey,
Kevin,
Felicia.
Raina, Marco.
Hey, Marco.
Hey, Marco, baby. Want to try one more?
This one to Marco. Wait, can you see that?
Aw, to Marco. We love you, baby. All right, let me get this up. We're going to try one more silly thing if we could do it. What do you think, girlfriend?
All right, what
All right,
silly
we're gonna-
thing are we doing?
We're going to, don't look down until I tell you.
Heck.
All right, ready? Okay.
All right,
so look
I'm
at
looking up.
Don't look down.
I'm looking up. I'm looking at the clock.
Let's see if it worked.
Heck, you're so funny. I love you.
I'm bored. Listen. Marco sent us 1,000,000 hearts. We love him.
Love you, Marco. You're next, buddy.
I can't wait for that
I
show.
know it's going to be so exciting. We can talk about that. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Yes.
Kidding
It
me?
worked. We got
You're
one. baby.
kidding
We got
me?
one. What are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You talking to me?
Talking to me? All right, so I wanted a photo that says this, that we collide. See?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
We got to send me that one.
I will.
Okay.
I just cropped it.
We got to tell Marco about the birthday party. Well, I'm going to meet him later, so we're going to
Yes.
go over some dates. So
We will. All right, look how cool. Live Channel 6.
we had somebody from Channel 6 holding my bag. Cecily Tynan
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I'm sending it to you now.
and Scott Palmer.
Oh, Ava, I don't know if you can help me with this, but I have a band coming from Australia in April.
Okay.
They're coming here just to be on the radio.
That's pretty cool.
But they're looking for gigs around the area.
I can help you
While
with
they're
that
here?
too.
Okay.
Can you?
I can.
That's why I wanted to ask both of you.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, yes, yes.
You have
Okay,
to-
after the show, we'll talk about this.
Yeah, send me the dates that they're going to be here so we can look
It'll
around.
only be, I think, a week.
Okay.
We can
Yeah.
I can definitely get them into
That's
a place.
right around the corner. So we,
Staying at the Homeland Suites right up the road.
Okay, this is cool because you know they're my mates.
you know, you just told that to the world.
Okay, they're my mates, man.
They're amazing.
Oh, yeah,
The
right.
guy that wrote,
They're not staying there, Gino. They're not staying there. No, we don't want no one to know.
No,
well, I'm just saying,
I know.
that's what they play. But
Yeah.
he wrote a song
you have to move
for
them.
his daughter called Lily's Song.
Mhm.
Autistic kid. Beautiful song.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Awesome. Do you know that, what are they called?
Febs, F-E-B-S, like February,
Uh-huh.
S-O-1.
Oh, cute. I like that. I love interesting names like that. Do you know that Richie Sambora has a song that he wrote for his daughter? His daughter's name is Ava, and the song is called Ava's Eyes. And yeah, that's just the whole part of the whole Bon Jovi experience. Let's use that word. It's a whole thing.
So, guys, you're probably saying, why are we reversed? I am being interviewed by this amazing lady tonight. Our shows are colliding, and this is she's in charge. It's her show. I am her guest.
I'm in
How
charge,
cool
so
is
she
this?
kicks me under the table and says, "What are you
No,
doing?"
never, never. You say anything you want. I trust you.
All right.
Announce, Ava, that you're coming here?
Say what?
Can we announce that your show's coming here at the end or something?
You
Yeah, if
mean
you want.
Marcos?
Marcos, he wants my show.
Oh,
I want her show that she does over there come on radio.
That'd be cool.
heck yeah.
The show,
Yes.
not from, she don't have to come here.
Yes,
Right.
I get it. That's amazing.
Right. Yeah, whatever you like. Yeah. You want me to say?
Because
Yeah.
Yes.
last night,
Hey, Bonnie.
I love
Hey,
it. Yeah,
everyone.
okay.
Hi, Felicia. Woo. I'm so excited.
I'm glad you have that up because I can't see
Yeah.
who's there. Say hi for me too.
Okay, so
Hi,
because, look,
Felicia.
the cord. we
I
just
love
don't
Felicia.
want- There you go.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, we got it. It's fine. But that's why we got to keep it so we don't hit it because it'll fall. Okay,
Felicia's
got it,
the
baby?
best. I love her.
We love her. Okay. We're frozen. Stop being frozen. Because
Just let it
there
go
we
for a
'cause
minute.
I
Yeah, there you
slapped
go.
it. There you go.
can I just tell you something? Somebody from Montreal, Canada, did this story with Paul Mack. And the reason why it's important is,
Say it.
no, I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
Oh.
He said they wrote Hamilton Radio is a spectacular radio station. Music is superb. The hosts are very charming. It's such a pleasure and joy to listen to a station that continues success. Me, Paul, and all of Hamilton Radio. I just want to share that.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
But you're
I
gonna,
love
but you,
that.
when you can share that on the show,
Yeah,
you know. Please do.
absolutely.
I'm gonna be interviewed by Paul Mack. Also, we're doing a simulcast. Is that what we're calling that? Yes. He's in Australia. He has
That
a
is
show, and
amazing.
he's gonna be
I love
interviewing
that.
me from Australia on my show one night. We have a date.
And when are we all going down under?
Okay.
I'm ready.
My friends are bugging me to get on a plane again, but with this knee thing, I'm scared.
Organize a cruise for all
Oh yeah, that would be good.
I can't.
Why?
Super seasick. I've been on 20 cruises and I just can't do it
Can't you
anymore.
take something?
I don't do that. I almost died the last time. I had the patch. It was like a heroin overdose.
I think
I
you
ended
can
up
do
in
it
the
without
hospital.
anything. Mind over
So
matter.
this is what I want to do.
I think you can do it.
Well, this is what I want to do. I want to go on a
A
a day
small one.
cruise to see if
I
it'll
got the
happen.
perfect place.
Okay.
I got married on a ship in Point Pleasant. It's just a 90
Right.
minutes or 60
Because I want to
minutes
try
or
it
whatever,
again.
and it's very slow.
My whole family cruises. They cruise all the time,
Yeah,
and I'm
it's not-
missing them.
It's not fast. It's slow moving.
No, that's why though. I have to be on fast. See, honey, I'm the kind of. All right, let's just start the show soon.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Eddie. Eddie's watching, baby. Eddie Nugent. Hey, baby. Marco, we want to give you back all those hearts as well.
Hearts are fluttering.
They are.
I love them. They're
Let's give
orange
Marco some
too.
hearts. Hearts, 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 hearts. Yay. Those are for you, Marco. We could start. We're going to start, guys. Hey, Todd. We're going to start. Kimberly, everybody's listening.
I can't wait to hear your music. I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Jerry Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Jerry Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Welcome, 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 where we are Ava's Allocations and the Jerry Petito Show colliding today on HamiltonRadio.net. Welcome,
Wow.
everybody.
Wow. This
Oh
is
my
so cool.
God, I love it. You know, you're slamming the damn it doll, and I'm waiting for the phone to be like, you know, drop the mic, drop the phone. What the heck?
My damn it doll. Sometimes, you know, I need this.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to be talking blogging tonight. That's why I have my pen and paper here, though I may not get to write too much. We may have to catch up after. But we're going to lead into all of that
Okay.
because I have a surprise for you,
Oh,
Jerry
wow.
Petito.
I love surprises. I love you.
I love you too.
This
And I
is so
wrote you a
cool.
girlfriend poem.
Oh, wow. Okay. I am really psyched.
Okay, so it's not like, you know, I call you Lassie. I don't mean Lassie
Fine,
like the
but I
dog.
love
mean
Lassie the
like
dog.
like a lass.
No,
like a
but I
lassie.
love Lassie the dog.
Okay.
That would be an honor anyway.
Okay, so this is just a short. I mean, those of you that caught the show when I came on the first time, you know, you got a real poem. This is just a short
Okay,
little
adorable.
girlfriend poem.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
okay. So this is a girlfriend poem inspired by Elvis. Okay,
hear
because
it.
I know, you know, you're the Elvis, the queen of the Elvis fans,
Uh-oh.
right? Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Wise men say, don't be an addict, just an ass. And sometimes classy. That's why I can't help falling in love with you, Lassie. Shall I stay? Would that be too trashy? For I can't help falling in love with you, Lassie. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. The universe lets us be free. Take my hand, make a statement, make it bold, make it brassy. For I can't help falling in love with you, Lassie.
That's amazing. Give me a hug. That's amazing. Thank you.
Anyway, I had to surprise you with that because you always have a poem, you know.
gosh.
So we had to have a poem.
Thank you. And I get that copy, right?
Yeah,
When it's
that's
all
yours.
over. Thank
That
you.
is all
Beautiful.
yours. That's all yours. So let me ask you, Jerry, do you, so we're interviewing you tonight for Ava's Allocation. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how that came to be where
Yes.
it is today. But do you have a blog or do you just, is this your platform or tell me?
Okay, so, all right. I think I have all of that. My grandson and daughter set me up with everything. I even have Twitter. I have it all. I don't really know how to use it all. So listen, my grandson keeps giving me lessons as he huffs and puffs. Every time he has to show me the same thing over and over again. Right now, I like to think this is my platform.
Got it. This
But
is a good platform.
It's a great platform. It's HamiltonRadio.net, people. We're all over the world. But my birthday is in March, right? We were going to talk
Yeah,
about that
soon.
anyway.
Yep.
My birthday's soon, and I am making a vow that this year I'm going to learn how to do all that other stuff.
Well, I'm learning. I'm not really that tech savvy, although I've taught myself everything I know as far as any of the tech stuff. And I'll pick up things from people here and there. But, you know, I am good at the other side of it, the old school, the promotion, the, you know,
Right.
show it off and show it often, you know. And so I started that with my blog. And I really wanted to blog. And it was, I guess it's been about 3 or 4 years now. But the first couple of years I blogged whenever, wherever, and I never knew what I was blogging about. I mean, I'd blog about my friends' businesses opening up. I'd blog about, you know, it was crazy. And, you know, you can go in the back in the analytics, you know, that I learned, and see how many people are actually looking at your blog. And it was kind of weird because it was here and there. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So I went to this Pinterest class. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that because that's just one more thing I need to do is Pinterest. So, but it's all good. I just found out that, I can't think of her name. I'm drawing a blank. Diane Keaton has a house, a Pinterest house that she built off of things she found on Pinterest.
Oh, that's pretty
So,
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I just saw it the other day. But anyway, so I go to this Pinterest class and I find out that you can actually link your Pinterest photos back to something. And I'm like, okay, why don't I link them back to my blog and start that? So I said, okay, so now what am I going to blog about? And I really wanted to, I was really serious about getting this blog to go somewhere
Okay.
at the time. And, you know, I wasn't really that tech savvy, like I said, so I was just trying to learn how to navigate all that. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a 365-day blog challenge. I blogged every day for a 1 year, every single day.
We have to talk about that because I want to do it. You'll
Okay,
help me.
So
You'll
this
guide
is what
me.
I did. I did something you can do for 5 minutes that takes you out of your comfort zone. Whether it's something you did as a kid, or play jacks, or you know, kickball, or whatever you did as a kid that you want to revisit. Just going out on your porch or your stoop or your driveway and taking in a breath of fresh air, anything. And I blogged about everything. I even sat in bed one night and thought anything that came in my head, I put a .com after it, checked it out online to see if there was a site. And I learned so much.
So I can blog about addiction and give them one tidbit every day?
There you go.
Yes?
Yeah. And I did it.
This
And let
is
me tell you,
cool. This
my
is gonna
blog
be
is
cool.
just shy of 60,000 viewers
Okay,
right
this is
now.
going to be cool, guys.
Yep. So this is
Alright.
going to be awesome.
My
So
grandson linked everything together for me, so it's not like I don't have access to it, but I got to do it.
well, now I'm learning there's like different blog platforms, and there's some people that take certain blog platforms more seriously than others. Yet I don't feel that now I have close to 60,000 viewers that I need to change my platform. So you just have to just work with what you have.
I need
you know?
to have a very lighthearted, serious, helpful, but still a little bit funny.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
that's how I
good.
have to do it.
Good.
Yeah.
So we'll get into all of that when I
Okay,
do the
great.
blog on you. So your blog will be
Alright.
up the second weekend in March.
Okay, cool.
So it'll be right after your birthday.
Yes,
right after your
great.
birthday.
That would be a great
fling.
birthday gift. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's going to be awesome. So I'm excited about that because we do a weekly blog now. Now I don't do it every day.
Okay.
We do a weekly blog, and then once a month we do an Elvis tribute artist blog. So, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that because some of the guys that I've already blogged about, you've actually had here on the show.
Marie Metz, her husband wants to do one. Yep. Okay, so
Good. So we got some bloggers out
Right.
there. So that's good. So we can
we've
get
had
some
some of them on my
good
show.
information. Yeah, we've had. So let me tell you who we
Okay.
featured so far: Richie Santa,
Yep.
Jimmy
Elvis.
Jimmy Elvis, or Jimmy T as Elvis. He goes by both. Doug Church, Peter
I got to
Alden.
meet Doug Church
Yeah,
last week.
Oh, I love Doug. He was the first tribute artist that I saw, but he wound up being the second one that we blogged about because Graceland came in the middle and all this good stuff.
And Peter
But
Alden, I'm
Peter
gonna
Alden,
be
he's got
mentioned
a
on
new-
his
new
album.
coming
That's
out,
right.
and Walt Sanders. And Eddie Stevens was the last one. I love Eddie. Eddie has a show on, if you want to find him on Facebook, it's Elvis Show SoCal for Southern California.
That's cool. We are. And I was able to share it. Okay.
Technical difficulties?
No, it's Facebook.
Continue to.
Ah.
Yeah, it's public. And
Okay.
it allowed me to even share, Gino. Yeah, wow.
Are you getting stuck like I was last night with that
Screaming.
great band you had here? Anyway, so his is Elvis Show SoCal. That's Eddie Stevens. He's now I'm gonna get it wrong because I forgot to double check myself. Either a guitarist or drummer.
Okay.
And he brings in the tribute artists, including Doug Church, and he brings them in to set up these shows in California.
That's
and he
awesome.
plays with them as well as promotes the show and sells tickets and all that stuff. So I'm going to give a nice shout out to Eddie Stevens. I enjoyed talking with him on the phone so much. And also to Jimmy T as Elvis.
Jimmy Elvis.
I love Jimmy Elvis. We rode up to
Trying
his
to
show.
get him on my show for the
Yeah, we're going to
birthday.
talk to him to come out here because he does a diner show, which I find very interesting. And I'm telling you, if you don't get your tickets, well, it's not really tickets. You have to reserve a seat. Your tickets are actually, you buy your dinner or your food there.
Okay.
And it sells out.
Okay.
Every month sells out. So his next diner show is April 18th. And the number you can call for reservations is 570-430-9466.
What diner?
And that is the Avenue Diner in Exeter, PA. And from me down near Atlantic City, it's about 3 hours.
Okay.
So, you could figure it out. But it's a fun show. He's really fun. He does a lot of cool stuff.
Okay.
And it'd be great if he comes out here to your show. So if you're listening, Jimmy,
Yep.
We want you here.
And Richie Santa, he's going to be at the Strand again.
Richie's going to be here next week, right?
He's going to be here next week on my show, and he's also going to be at the Strand again in August, right?
Awesome. I don't know when
I
the next
think-
date is. I was trying to look, but I didn't see
I
it.
have the date. I think it's August, but guys, we'll let you know when.
We'll let you know. It'll be up all
Yeah, in
over our
Lakewood.
pages
That's
and
right,
all
that's
that
right.
stuff. Yeah, and I love that
cool.
venue that he plays
Yeah.
in Lakewood. That's great, the Strand. So so we got a lot of stuff going on with the Elvis guys. So I love I do them the last weekend of every month. So this month coming up, we have Joseph Ramsey. He'll be the next vlog this weekend, and then in the first week in March, we're going to add a new feature, and it's going to be called the Fantastic Flip. So once a year, I'm going to collaborate with another blogger, and we introduce them on our blog, and they blog that one time for us.
Yeah, see, that's so cool.
And we
Ava.
blog that one time for them. So this time it's going to be Crystal Bailey, and she's also Crystal Turner because she just got married. So I don't know which one she uses mostly, but if you go to crystalbailey.com, and it's Crystal with a K, Krystle, crystalbailey.com. Scroll down, you'll find her blog, and I think she's going to be calling in later so we can
Okay.
say hey. But she's our Fantastic Flip for this year, and it's brand new, and we've already written each other's blogs. So mine is going to be the confidence factor on her blog, and hers on mine is about loving yourself unconditionally. So I can't wait to have those flip.
That's amazing. I can't wait for that as
Yeah,
well.
it's going to be fun. So.
Let's give Felicia Reed a shout out as well.
Oh, love Felicia
She's
Reed,
listening.
Females Without Fear.
That's
Check
right.
her show out on WomenOnTV.tv.
And she interviewed both of us.
Yep.
Beautiful lady.
Yep, yeah, she's great. Love you, Felicia. Glad you're tuning in with us.
Yep. Beautiful.
So tell me, Jerry, I want to know how you got involved in all of this. I mean, I kind of know a little bit about
Okay.
your background, but now that we're becoming fast friends, tell me how you got involved in the radio end and how you
Okay.
got to get the message out to the world.
Well, I laugh every time somebody asks me that because, right, Gino, you know what I'm going to say. I should have done this a long time ago. I was in trouble every single day of my life growing up
I
in
heard
school.
you say that before.
But it's the truth for talking. I never shut up. So I ended up meeting Gino a few years back, and we became friends. And then I was watching Hamilton Radio. Never thought this was going to happen anyway. I wrote my book a couple years ago. And DJ Danny, his daughter,
Mhm.
she had me on, and she interviewed me.
She has a show.
She has a show on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, DJ Danny. What I love about DJ Danny's show is she's young, she's beautiful, and she's full of energy.
Mhm.
She's an amazing interviewer. And she interviewed me, for my book that night, and I was offered a show. And at first I said to Gino, let me think about it, right? I said, I'm not sure. And he's like, come on, Joe, you could do this. I'm like, I don't know. And then, I prayed about it because I do. I pray about things. And God said, just like he told me to write the book, he
Let
said,
there be light. Let there be
do-
Jerry's light.
do the show because you need to start now getting your word out to encourage other people and empower other people and try to help other people. So Gino and I discussed the deal, and here I am. And, Hamilton Radio, we didn't even realize how big Hamilton Radio was. Actually, Gino, I want you to tell everyone. I want you to tell everyone, and then I'll take
Want a
over.
hanky?
No, what it is I get sensitive when I hear these,
All right, tell
these
them how big
stories.
we really are.
Well, the original.
He's really
I don't
crying.
want to take this
What the
time.
heck?
away from you.
You just do that for me, please.
We have over 50 million listeners,
That's right.
That's amazing.
but that's because they've been around so long.
Yep.
Since 1996, 97.
He started
But
in
you're
his
bringing
basement.
good content, and that's important
That's
too. And
that's
if
the
people
whole
are
package
enjoying
of
it.
the family-friendly radio.
Mm-hmm.
The more you push that, and the more you try to stay true to that, people respect that.
We have been voted, I think it's close to 7 years
7
now.
years.
7 years in a row, the #1 internet radio station.
On the FM radio guide.
Okay? And we are heard all over the world.
Yep.
That's the best part for me because I travel all over the world and I have friends everywhere. And that's the best part for me, knowing that my friends tune in. Hello from Australia. Hello from Texas. I get hello from Scotland, Ireland, right? It's amazing.
Yeah.
But here's the best part about this and why I'm so happy now that I did this. I don't want to tear up, so I'm going to try and say this without emotion because I could tear up with this. my show through Hamilton Radio has saved lives. And people have inboxed me, and I can't even tell you how many times, thanking me for Hamilton Radio.
What were we talking about earlier where you don't know the lives that you touch?
That's right.
You know, and it's crazy.
right.
If you take yourself out of the scenario, what lives would not have gotten
That's
to
right.
this place, that place,
I
whatever.
met you.
Met you.
If I wasn't on Hamilton Radio, I wouldn't have met half the people I've met in the last couple of
Well,
years.
we met in the weirdest circumstance,
Okay.
too, because we met before we met.
But it was still through all of Hamilton Radio with all the
absolutely.
connections.
Because you were there getting an
That's right.
interview, and it just happened to see. In fact, it was Marco that reminded us
That's
that
right.
we
At
met
Richie
before we
Santa.
met,
At
and
the
Richie
Richie Santa
at the
at
show.
the show.
Exactly, exactly. Tell me, I heard you mention the word empowerment, which is really big to me. So
Yes.
talk to me about empowerment.
Okay, so I'm also a nutritional health coach. I also help addicts, and I also help patients with cancer, with disease, okay? I've also cured myself of 2 cancers without doctors. So I've been traveling and studying for over 25 years now, healthcare,
That's amazing.
more
Yeah.
natural
Mhm.
ways, okay, guys? So I empower people in different ways through their diet, through their health, but I empower everyone if I could, okay? I don't care if you're a man or a woman, a child, I don't care about that, but I've empowered more women because this is why, and this is important, ladies, know your worth. And my famous letters is KYW, know your worth, because we can't allow abuse towards us. And I don't mean, and I'm not going there with, you know, men telling us we're beautiful. I want to hear that every day until I die. You know what? So I'm not talking about that end of it. I'm talking about know your worth. Don't allow anyone, whether they're men or women, okay, or anyone, to abuse you in any way. And I don't just mean sexually. I mean any way, okay? So I tell women all the time, and I live by something. I don't allow anyone else's irresponsible behavior to affect my responsible behavior.
Well, that's what we have to pass along as part of empowerment, because I think it's important that the younger people know that they need to follow their dreams and they need to not let what other people think affect what they're feeling right in their
That's
gut,
right.
because your gut is never wrong.
That's
If we learn to trust our instincts, they're never wrong.
That's right.
So,
There's a reason for that. with the gut.
right?
Yes.
It's a matter of just learning. And I mean, I think that comes as you get older too, because I always say to myself, well, why didn't I know that then?
It does come when we get older.
It does.
No,
when
it
you-
does.
It does, but you learn to trust your instincts more. And I think they never let you down when you really learn to trust that.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. So tell us, you started to touch on a little bit of your background.
Okay.
So your background is...
So my background, well, I've been really blessed with my family. God's given me an amazing family. So I was never abused in any way by family. But all females have some of that in their lives, and I was by a neighbor. But I didn't allow it.
Mhm.
And I also knew at such a young age I had to tell someone. So I told a family member, but I didn't want to tell my dad because my dad would have killed this person.
Nice.
Yes. So, long story short about that, I was only 13, and when he touched me, and even at 13, I was a tough kid. And I said, get off of me. You have 2 minutes, or my father will kill you. I'm going to tell you
Shouldn't
how...
tell your father.
But I'm going to tell you how good God is in my life, because I will be 57 years old next week, and that happened when I was, say, 13. I struggled all these years, and it's in this book. I struggled with, did I allow a child molester to go free?
Oh, yeah, you and I talked about that
Okay.
at dinner one night.
That, I believe, is the main reason I did drugs, because I couldn't deal with that. He was only in his late 20s. I was 13, but I did not look like a 13-year-old, and there's a reason I'm saying that. But I was still a 13-year-old. So I struggled with that, Ava, right?
Mhm.
This person moved away. July, my dad passed away, and we had a family function. I didn't know it, but he was going to be there. So this is the first time I encountered a meeting with my molester since I was 13.
Uh-huh.
He came up to me and touched me again. But this is why God is good, because I needed that. I was able to look him in the eye and say, "You are lucky I'm a Christian," or they'd be calling the ambulance and the police car right now. But I smiled and thanked God for that incident, because God allowed me to know after all these years he wasn't a child molester. Because if he was a child molester, he would not have been interested in me at 56 years old. See? So I try to take everything in my life, bad, good, and different, and see something of worth in it. Something of worth in it. So
Find the positive
that's right.
wherever you can.
We have to, guys, because you can go through life, woe is me. Everybody has a story. You're not the only victim, right?
Right?
Everybody has a story, and unfortunately some are horrendous, and some couldn't get through it. I have a friend who committed suicide last year. She couldn't get through her childhood. So, but we have to try and find the positive in everything, and we have to know our worth, and we have to, you know, move on and say, listen, we're never going to forget our past, but we don't have to allow it to define us,
Right.
right?
Right. There's always a way to move on.
There is
what's
always
what's
a
that
way.
old cliche? Nobody ever got eyesore from looking on the bright side,
Okay,
right?
there you go. You know?
So that's a good thing. All right. So I want to know also, talk a little bit about your give back. I know because we're going to have the show with Marco starting soon, and the show
Oh,
with
I'm so excited.
tell me her name. I don't know how to say her name.
Okay,
Megan.
Megan Malfi.
Malfi.
Yeah.
And how did you see the light in
Oh,
them? And
listen, I could cry now with that, because I don't want to cry, but I could. But I
and
don't.
we're gonna take that damn it doll, and I'm gonna smack you with it.
Damn it, Jared! Damn it! See what happens when I'm interviewed, guys? I'm supposed to be the sarcastic idiot that makes fun of my guests. God made me see it. All right. When I met Marco, first of all, and I met Megan.
And that was quite by accident too, even though I don't believe in accidents. But,
Right.
But we still say that.
Right, but and you're right. There's no accidents. And when I met them, the first minute sitting with him, right, I fell in love with this kid, and not
Yeah, me too.
You know, so then when he was telling me a little bit about his story, God gave me the heart I have, because without God, I wouldn't even be here. So
Let me tell you, we are so excited that he's going to have a show here on Hamilton Radio.
Listen.
And it's so cool.
it's going to be called Teens with Dreams, correct?
Yeah, Teens with Dreams.
And it's going to be, all right, so he's going to have a show. Marco, he goes by Mr. Panting,
Sorry, I
okay?
just keep sliding.
But on Facebook, it's Marco Panting,
Well, that's his
okay?
name. Yeah.
So you guys can look him up as Marco Panting, but he goes by Mr. Panting. Megan Malfi, okay? They're both going to have a show. I'm giving them each one of my Thursday nights a month. Marco's show is called Teens with Dreams. And I don't know what Megan's going to call her show yet. She came up with some ideas, but she does something with they call it Top Cat Productions, right?
Yeah, I think you started telling me a little bit about
Okay.
that, but I didn't
So
quite.
what Marco wants to do is he wants to help teens fulfill their dreams. Talk a little bit about Marco's, because you know a little bit more about his
Well, I know he's going to be here hosting too in a few weeks, so
Yep.
I think he's going to talk more about that. But I do know that he is very interested in having kids have access, resources to books, to be able to go to school, to have things that they might not have growing up. And I know he's going to expound on that a little bit when he's here, but I know that that's something that he's very passionate about. And he's constantly telling me about different people that he's met that, wow, they're this and this age and look what they're doing. And then, trying to pull that out of people to say there are resources out there. There are things out there that you can do no matter how young you are, how old you are, whatever. But this is where he's going to take it.
He also said something that I loved. He was bullied.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I don't care. I still help other kids that are bullied. So when he said that,
Right.
forget about it.
Right.
Okay? When he said that. So Marco Panting, Mr. Panting, he's an amazing young man, and his show is going to be dynamite.
Yeah, it starts in April, but he's going to be on here
He's gonna-
in March with me and you.
That's right.
And telling us
He's
a
going to
little bit about.
co-host with me
Right,
so that he can just get a feel for it, and he'll be sitting in that seat.
right.
Okay.
And I'll be here with you guys
Okay.
too, so that'll be fun.
So that's Mr. Panting. And then we have Megan Malfi, and her show, what she does is she empowers people with bipolar, depression. She has something on Facebook called, and it's a blog or a vlog. What is that
Well, the
called?
vlog is video,
Okay.
and the blog is
Okay. So I
written.
think she does both.
okay.
And it's my bipolar
That's my tech savvy
rules.
for the night.
My bipolar rules. She
Oh, I
gives
like that.
people rules when they're having a good day to look for, so that when they're having a bad day, they can apply the rules. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And then Top Cat Productions, they put on shows for children who can't afford singing lessons, dance lessons, and then
I love it.
and you could be disabled. It doesn't matter. You can hold your script and read it if you need to. They're amazing people, and that's what they're doing with that. So I'm going to sponsor a show for her as well once a month. I mean, that's beautiful.
And
that's
then we'll
what it's
help them-
about.
We'll help them promote
Yes.
it too through our contacts
beautiful.
and all that stuff. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I think Marco is on with us tonight, so he's somewhere out there in Facebook land, and we will. I'll be
Kathy?
seeing him later anyway.
Hi,
'cause we gotta
Kathy.
Go over
Hi,
some dates.
sweetheart.
Is that our Kathy?
Kathy, you could put the phone number now, Gino. We're not taking calls yet. We're going to take calls around 10 of 6, but you could put it up there.
Cool.
Okay.
And yeah, so we're touching back on empowerment a little bit. So I know you asked me to bring my bag
I did.
because empowerment is really big for me too. And I'll tell you, when I started working on this project, it was so humbling. I started to realize that this project is just so much bigger than me. I mean, when I started my business, I dreamt about eyes on a billboard. Then I wanted eyes on a bag, because they always call me the bag lady, because I've always got a bag for this and a bag for that. And I love bags and shoes, but shoes don't love me anymore, so I went to the bags.
I
But-
agree. I
but-
agree, people.
But I love the bags, and Ava's eye bags are going to have 21 different designs, and excuse me, I apologize. I've been sick the last few days, so my voice is in and out. But each design is going to give back to a different charity. So of the 21 charities, we have about 13 selected already. And what's neat about the bag is they're based around the empowering words we use every day, like I, me, you, us, them, who, what, when, where, why, those kind of things. So that's the empowering message on the outside. On the inside,
I
when
can't wait
when
for
you
mine.
open up the bag, yeah, you're getting one soon. When we open up the bag, there's a gift inside that I've hand selected as well. And we're now promoting those people that are putting the gifts inside. We're promoting them on Facebook, so you can check that out at Ava's Eye Bags page. But you open it up, you get a positive message inside, you get a gift inside, and every bag gives back to a different charity.
How beautiful is that, guys?
So I have to tell you about iHope. iHope is a charity in New York, and they are part of the Shaken Baby Syndrome. So I went up there to meet. This was when it first really hit me. I mean, I felt overwhelmed when I was talking with different charities, but they were one of the early ones. So I went up there, and it really hit me because when I went to the school, they had 5 kids come and visit the school while I was there. And these kids are like ambulatory, so they can't, they're all in like wheelchairs. They can't move
Okay.
their arms and legs too much. And 5 people came to visit the school while I was there interviewing them about being one of our charities. And it was so humbling. I mean, you just can't believe it. Spark is another one. If you're out there, Christina Ballard McCarolyn, Spark, Suicide Prevention Awareness for Kids. I know, I'm sure she won't mind me saying, but her husband jumped off one of the casino buildings, and that's how he took his own life. And her 2 children didn't really have any place to go to talk to anybody. So she started Spark, and they're going to be one of our local charities. I'm so excited.
Wow.
And they're around suicide prevention awareness for
Wow.
kids. So, I mean, I could go on and on, but going to these places, the Lou Ruvo Center in Las Vegas, they opened welcome arms to me, red carpet, everything. And they deal with Parkinson's, ALS, and all that kind of stuff. But if you get out to Vegas, you got to go visit the Lou Ruvo Center because there's an architect named Geary. Have you ever heard of Geary?
No.
Gary is a famous architect, and they brought Geary in to design the building, and they wanted the building to look like a brain. So if you go on the hop on, hop off bus
That's
out in
cool.
Vegas, you actually, they call it the melted building. So Geary comes in, and they're sitting around the table, and he takes a piece of paper, crumples it up, throws it across the table, and said, "That's what your building's going to look like." And that's what it looks like. it's crazy. And at night they light it up purple, as a matter of fact.
That is really
and
cool.
and it's really cool. If you Google it, the Lou Ruvo Center, you could see pictures of it at night. It's supposed to look like your brain and brain waves. So
Do you remember last week I had my 13-year-old genius on?
Yeah,
He
you
would love
you
that.
started telling me
No,
about
he would
that
love
earlier.
that.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Okay,
gonna,
he
oh,
would
yeah.
love that.
He's got to check it
Hey,
out.
but let's
He's gotta
give a
check it
shout out to Sal Angioletti,
Oh yeah, Sal. Hey Sal, how are you?
my CD guy. He's
I love
also
Sal.
going to have a show.
Yeah, I heard him mentioning.
Okay, and I want to
It
mention.
didn't start yet?
No, it didn't start, but I want to mention this because this is also about empowerment as well, for me anyway. So Sal Angioletti, he's my CD guy. Richie Santa. Okay, that's how I met him, selling the CDs for Richie at the show.
Right.
So Sal's going to be doing a show once a month as well on wrestling.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Oh, we got some people. I can hook him up with some
Okay.
guests. We're connected in the
But
wrestling
guys,
world. I'm
here's
connected, baby.
here's why it's empowering because, and I shared this. I never understood wrestling until I met someone who explained it to me, and he had on his knuckles tattooed "Won't Fail," and he told me that wrestlers all have stories as well, and they either come out on top or they do drugs or kill themselves or whatever. They all have pain too. So his show will also be amazing, entertaining, and empowering.
Well, I think everybody's got to find that release,
Yes.
what works for them.
That's
You
right.
know,
That's right.
like we tell actors all the time, you know, try your coaches on like clothing, and eventually you find the one that fits.
Okay.
But that's
I love that.
But that's it. You know,
I
you've
love
got to
that.
find that release that works for you.
Yes.
And try different things because what may work today may not work tomorrow
right.
until you find what you're comfortable in.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So you like the bag?
So I love the
know
bag, guys.
We're
Gino,
doing a special
can
one for you.
Can you bring this? We're
I-
going to show this to you because I'm going to tell you about mine.
Oh yeah. Well, let me. While you're doing that, let me give a shout out to our manufacturer. It took me 2 years to find him.
Yes.
And he's local, right in Pleasantville, Mark
There you
Legrand
go.
Boutique, and he's 711 North Main Street. He does couture dresses, wedding
I
gowns,
love this.
and we have our own Vanna.
That's great, Gino. That's great.
I love it.
And there's stones on it, right?
They're all Swarovski
That's
crystals
right,
or
Swarovski
earth
crystals.
crystals.
That's
if you
right,
can't
beautiful.
get Swarovski, we do earth crystals, but they're all very precious stones, Swarovski or earth crystals, and they are hand manufactured in
Can't
the
wait.
USA, all made in the USA.
Can't wait.
And we get the zippers from Trim Lab in New York. And we'll give a shout out to Tom LeCarry and Trim Lab. And we actually got the eye etched in the zipper. Can you see that
It's crazy.
right there?
Yeah.
So I love that. That's one of my favorite things.
So it's going to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There you go.
Thank you. But
Take
it's
a
been-
bow, Gino. Take a bow.
He's a great Vanna.
Is this
You know,
great?
we got to get him some Vanna clothes for next time.
good.
We'll put some Swarovski
Now,
crystals
wouldn't
on
that be
Gina
funny?
and dress him up for the van.
Pablo Reyes. Hey, baby. I got to meet Pablo.
Oh, I haven't met Pablo yet.
I never thought that was going to happen. Unfortunately, he had to come into New York from Florida for a funeral.
We were
But
talking about that too. How we always connect at funerals
funerals.
people.
but
connect
I
at
got to
funerals.
meet
It's-
Pablo. See, something good came out of that. I
But
love you,
it's
Pablo.
sad, but it's in a good way because
Yes.
you're reconnecting with
Yes.
somebody, you know,
Yes.
at a funeral.
So,
So that's the positive side of
Yes.
that. So tell me more, Jerry. What can you tell me about, the radio show in general? It airs twice.
So-
well, it's going to be once a week now.
I
or-
have my shows Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Okay? Tuesday nights is 5 to 6:30 p.m. Thursday night is 5 to 6:15 p.m. 3 of the Thursday nights a month, I'm going to sponsor the 3 shows we talked about. So they will air 5 to 6:15.
So that's Marco's show. That's
Megan's
Megan's
show, and Sal's show.
and Sal's show.
So I will still have the 4th, and some months have a 5th. I'll take it. So, but other than that, my personal show will be once a month on a Thursday, and every Tuesday at 5 p.m.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of have a rotating schedule on my Facebook page for you because I know on my show,
right.
where you were just on my show,
Yep.
we had some other radio guests on our show and we were talking about the different shows. And
That's
I'm
right.
like, this is on Wednesday, this is on
That's
Tuesday,
right.
this is at
That's
5, this is at 2. I'm like, who's going to remember all this?
But they will always have the same Thursday. I don't remember yet what we talked about. I think is Marco the first Thursday.
The first Thursday, correct.
I believe, and I think if that's right, then Megan is going to be the third, and I'm going to be the second, because then I want
That's
to
right.
I want to talk about both their shows in between, and then I think Sal's going to be the fourth.
Yeah, that sounds right. I
Okay.
think Marco's the first Thursday.
That's what I think,
Yeah,
guys.
April 5th. That's the first
Okay.
Thursdays, right?
So,
yeah.
I'm so excited about their shows.
Oh, I am too. I'm really excited to see. I know Marco's got his guests lined up already. Well, I know that him and Megan are doing something.
Yep.
Kind of a flip.
I
like
think
I'm
they're
doing
going to
with
be
the blog.
each other's first guests.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun.
So
but
it's
I
gonna
know
be
some of his
beautiful, right,
other
Gino?
guests coming up,
Wow.
and that's going to be amazing.
know?
It's going to be amazing. So,
Listen.
so tell me more. I want to know about one of the things I wanted to ask you, and I know it's a hard question to answer, but take a second.
Okay.
What do you enjoy most about your show? What do you enjoy most about doing the show? Does something pop out?
Okay.
No porn.
All right, listen.
I know exactly what you were thinking.
All right, so listen.
Where's that damn it doll? I
What-
swear I'm going to smack you with it.
All right, I have it. Well, okay, what do I enjoy most? You mean so, and you're talking about in a fun way,
Yeah.
right? Okay, we're not, okay. So I love meeting people and talking to people
I
and
do too,
learning
that's
about
great.
them. I love connecting with people.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
great.
I don't think I would do well on a desert island.
Like Tom Hanks did
Yeah,
in
I don't think I
Castaway?
could do that. Listen.
You'd have a damn
A
doll
coconut
instead
or
of
a damn
Wilson,
doll. I
but-
don't think that would work for me. I become friends with the dolphins and the whales, of course, but I love interacting with people. I mean, I just love it.
Hey, have you seen The Shape of Water yet? Speaking of becoming friends with dolphins and whales?
No.
Never mind.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
I love interacting with people. I love all people. And I just love, you know what I love the most about people? How everybody's likes and dislikes are different. And I love to make fun of a lot of people with their likes and dislikes.
But still, you do it in a fun way.
In a loving
and
way.
in a levity and
Make
way
fun
you
of
can,
me,
you
too.
can kind of pull things together. Yeah.
Yes.
When I first saw that, I'm like, I'm not an addict. I'm just an ass. What does that mean?
You know, I want to talk about this for a minute, guys.
And that's your book, right?
This
When-
is
when
my
did you
book.
write that?
Two years ago, I believe. It's now 2 years, almost 2 years. The reason why I titled it this, and it's a pink and purple donkey with a heart-shaped butt with my face on it. And the reason I did that, I got so many different reactions. Some were hysterical, and some were shocked that
Yeah,
a
you got Gene
Christian.
cracking up over
No,
there.
some were shocked that a Christian could want this as a thing. Here's the thing about me. I want addicts to relate and say, wow, she is an ass, but so am I. And she can relate to me. Right?
Right.
I want to be able to be relatable to people.
And, I love it when somebody says to me, don't do that. You can't do that. It's crazy when you do that.
Okay.
I'm like,
Are you
don't
crazy?
care.
Natalie Levon, I'm giving you a shout out, girlfriend. All right. And I'm allowed to say she's 86, I believe, because I went to her birthday bash and she revealed it. And I have that on a T-shirt. Okay.
That
Her
she's
age-
86?
Yes, because no one knew her age, and I believe it was 86. And she is an amazing woman. She just became a comedian just a few years ago.
Oh, that's
How
great.
cool is that? And she's Jewish and has tattoos, and she talks all about that. So when she found out she couldn't,
Is she coming on the show?
she's been on my show a few times.
Oh, I
I'm
have
going
to
to
meet
get
her.
to see her Saturday night at Catch a Rising Star. Guys, come out. She's amazing. So the funny thing about her is this. She says, never know your place. That's why I just brought her up, because of what we were talking about when you said people are telling you can't do that or
Yeah,
you can't do this.
I'm
Listen,
saying
never know your place.
there's a woman, I forget her name, but she has a book out called Watch Me.
I love that.
Don't say
That's right.
you can't do this, because I would
See?
just turn around and say, watch me.
That's right.
Okay? And that's it. I mean, it's all about
It's nonsense. It's
doing whatever,
silliness.
finding the way or making the way, that old
Yeah.
adage, find a way or make one, find the way or make the way to do what you love
That's
to
right.
do. And that's it. And I think you're doing a great job with that.
Thank you.
And thank you for letting me switch seats
Are
with
you
tonight,
kidding me?
because
This is so
great.
cool. It's your show tonight.
I'm
Yay.
loving it. And you're going to be able to find the blog on Jerry Petito and Hamilton Radio at avasallocations.com. So you can see it on the screen. I think it says Ava's Allocations. Just add the .com, and that's where the blog is. So
This
that's
is
going to be
so cool.
fun. Second weekend in March,
Yep.
it'll be up. And looking forward to that. So tell me more about some of the crazy guests you've had on the show, aside from Frankie and Richie.
Oh, okay. Because they're number one.
Hey.
Well, I mean, when you say crazy, all right, do you mean like the
No,
ones
no.
that are on meds? No, I'm
No,
teasing.
that-
No, listen, I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
you better be.
Because listen, we're all crazy. All right, we're all crazy. I got to tell you about. I had a guest, and he's coming back, and he's a poker buddy of mine, and his name is Rich also. So I've been.
What is it about that name?
Okay.
There's something about the name Rich. I don't know. It's just has weird attached to it. Sorry, guys. It's just true. I mean,
Do you
I
know
say it
what I
about
think,
myself.
now
But
that you
my
just
name's a
said that?
palindrome, so.
No, but you know what I'm thinking? I think maybe there was a decade there where people just associated with maybe wealth, and that
Maybe.
if we named our son Rich, that maybe it would
sorry.
bring wealth, which is a good thing. You know, maybe
You're
who
dropping the
knows?
phone, dropping the mic. Here
Right?
we go
Who
again.
knows, right? So, hey, Gene Law, I grew up with him in Long Island City. I haven't seen him since we were kids. Hey, baby. So, this man, Rich, we played poker for years, okay, at these different benefits, and he was just a great, fun guy. So he says to me, I would love to be on your radio show. We were talking one night a couple years ago, and he said, I sing karaoke, and I go into old age homes, I go into hospitals, I do all this great stuff for elderly people. I'm like, gotta have you on, Rich. So we book it. So his daughter Pam, helps with the technology part of
Okay.
it for him. And so we get this thing going. So I said to Pam, I need some facts from your dad for his poem.
Okay.
So he gives me all these amazing facts. The guy is unbelievable. The guy does karate. The guy does ballroom dancing. The guy surfs. But the guy does everything. It's crazy, right?
This is the rich guy.
This
Not the
guy-
rich guy, but the rich
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, okay.
And then he gives me his age. So he was messing around. He tells me he's like 80-ish. I forget the exact, I think 80, 82, whatever it was. So, yeah, sure. So I call him up. And first of all, he's a full head of hair, no gray hair either. And I call him up and I'm like, oh, come on, stop messing with me. Why can't I know your age? And he goes, but I told you my age. Guy's
Crazy, huh?
in his 80s. He's older than the people he sings for in these nursing homes.
That's just crazy.
He's amazing.
But look, my mother-in-law, I'm not going to mention her name because you probably wouldn't like the fact that I'm telling everybody that she's 88, but she's 88.
God bless her.
She drives.
Beautiful.
She lives on her own, goes to the gym.
That's amazing.
and it's just
I would be
cooks
shouting.
for us.
Listen, I would be shouting that from a rooftop if we could be like her at 88.
Right?
Right, Natalie Levant, right? I mean, think about that. I would be shouting from a rooftop.
So you have other than Rich, well, tell me some
Okay.
of your most standout
Okay.
moments.
Well, I mean, I'm going to just say the majority of them I put in the same categories. All right? Because everyone has their own story.
That's true.
Everyone has their own story, guys. One of the most entertaining guests I've ever had, other than like Richie and Frankie, because they're ridiculously
Yeah,
entertaining.
they're ridiculous
Okay,
together. I love them.
One of the most entertaining guests, other than the guy Rich I just told you about, was Jesus Elvis. That's his name. And he came on here and he
You told me
danced.
about
Yeah, he
this.
danced. I mean, the guy's crazy. He's amazing. I hope you're watching, Sweet Pea, because he was
Well,
unbelievable.
what's that line that Elvis says? I'm going to hire a bunch of chorus girls and have them dance
Is
on
that-
my bed.
That's it, and dance on my bed. Listen, so, I've had so many amazing guests. Some are fun, some are enlightening, some are encouraging, some have an amazing story to tell.
And sometimes you don't even get to hear their whole story. You're talking back and forth, you're doing this and that, and you don't really get to hear them. So it's nice to be able to come back.
That's right.
I mean, and I love the fact that you've had me come back
I
and now, switching
Lord,
places
that's
with you. This is
crazy.
great.
And
But,
you've had me. I'm honored that you've even had me. I went out to AC to be interviewed
yeah,
by
that was
you.
great. We got to
It was
give a plug
great.
to the Arts Garage.
Yes.
So we do
Oh, that
our
was
show
an
out there.
amazing
And
place.
Gina, do you want to make an announcement about the show? My show? My TV show?
I don't know what I just got to figure out when to put you somewhere.
Okay, well that's
we're
cool, but
working
we
on
still
this.
wanted
Yep.
to say something about it, right?
Yeah, I did. I'm welcoming Ava's show to the Hamilton Radio Network.
Woohoo!
And
great.
actually expose her more on the radio.
That's going to be awesome. I'm really
Love it.
excited about that. We can promote each other. I mean, I think it's so important today, talking about empowerment again, that we collaborate, because if you don't collaborate with people,
That's
you
right.
can't. No one can
That's
do
right.
it alone.
Listen, PANJ Radio. I'll even hook you up with my friends from there. we've collaborated. You know, at first people were saying, well, isn't that kind of weird that you're going to collaborate? I said, no, absolutely not. We all have to work together, guys.
I've talked about this down in Atlantic City with some of my friends in the industry, that I like to work with people that are more inclusive than exclusive, if you want to say it that way. Whereas, you know, utilize each other's, find the things that make you work together rather than the things that make
Separate you. That's
be
right.
apart. So
Pablo says, we work together, Grady. We'd love to see. Don't worry, Pablo. You're going to see us more often because this lady's going to be part of Hamilton Radio as well.
cool.
Oh, and I'm going to also be part of something that Ava's part of. Tell them about that.
What,
The once a month thing.
the once a month thing. Okay.
The women's
refresh me.
show.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm like, this is what you were just talking about. I didn't know she was referring to
That
that.
I'm gonna
It's
be part
okay.
of.
She's leaving me in the dark here.
No.
Save me. So it's womenontv.tv. It was the Women's Broadcast Television Network, and they felt that it was like a little rough to say and remember, so they changed it to Women on TV. And there are men involved too, but basically the content is written and produced mostly by women. So there's different types of shows. There's weekly shows, there's monthly shows, and we're gonna get all that
That's right.
together
I'm gonna
for
be
you. And
part of
stay
it.
tuned for that.
This is just so
Jerry's gonna be
great.
part of it. We're so excited. So we'll give a shout out to Janie Rios and
Yep.
Shay Vaughn, who are the co-founders of Women on TV, and you know, we're excited to have you come aboard with that as well. So it's just, you know, it's really an exciting time with everything going on out there. I think it's so heartwarming, if we want to use that word, to find people like you
And you.
and
And
thank
you.
and Marco and Megan and Gino, and just the way, you know, that we're kind of navigating everything. And I think it's so important, the things that we're bringing about, the topics we're talking about.
That's right.
And even though they're heavy topics, we can do them in a light way.
We can do them in a light way because we always have something positive to end our story with. I'll never bring a story to you guys where it was just heart-wrenching, but nothing positive came out of it.
Right.
I'll
The
never
doom
do
and
that.
gloom, you
I'll
know, we
never
don't want
do
the
that,
doom and
ever.
gloom.
So it'll always be something good that came out of it. Like Kim D, you asked me about my shows. Kim D, okay, she's one of my heroes, and so is
She's
Meg.
amazing.
Okay.
I haven't met her yet, but I'm
One of the
friends
most
with her on
amazing
Facebook through
female
you.
singers ever of all time, who was one of the most horrific child abuse cases, but came through it. Not only did she come through it, she now made a video a year ago or so. My Song, I think it's called My Song. Don't quote me on that, but it's her story. And the video is beautiful. So she came through that, and now she empowers other women and tries to help kids.
That's amazing. I
Yes.
love it. I love
Okay.
the whole empowerment thing and how you just pass it down. You just
Pass it
pass it
down.
along and pass it down, and
That's what matters,
yeah, that's what matters.
you know?
Yep. So you got Richie, you got Kim D, Frankie. Who else? I'm just pulling out, you know, different personalities that you've had, and you know, like
Wow.
Gino.
I mean, well, let's talk about my 13-year-old genius, Wesley.
Wait, I got to tell you that you had these guys on last night that were amazing. So we still don't know the name of their band,
Oh, okay.
but they were amazing, and we're going to hook them up with Stephen Weiss and some of the stuff he's got going down in Atlantic City. So anyway,
So, I think it was last week. It might have been last Tuesday's show, I believe. I'm losing my mind anyway, so I'm not sure, but I think it was.
Losing?
Wesley Ganant. He is the son of a childhood friend of mine. Okay? I got to meet this kid for the first time last summer, and he wanted to be on my show. Come on, kiddo, you're on. 13 years old, I asked him for his facts for his poem. I think I'm going to write, about, I don't know, baseball cards, cartoons he likes, whatever. No, it was about prion disease. He wants to be a neuroscientist. I mean, it was
Great.
endless craziness. So he was I got to tell you something. That was probably one of my most favorite shows, because I even said in a poem, this is the first time I can honestly say that this 13-year-old is smarter than me.
don't you love it?
I did.
What's the movie where he goes, I had to get my grandson to show me what a USB
Okay.
connector was.
Okay. I never thought I'd say a 13-year-old was smarter than me, and guess what? He was.
That's amazing. And he was on the show
He
already?
was on the show. He was on last
is he
week.
coming back?
Oh, he will be back because
We got to get him on Marco's show.
we already talked about that. I already told him.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
spoiling the surprise. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
He's going to be on Marco's show, and he will be on Megan's show. I'm going to hook him up with them, and he said he would be honored.
Cool.
How
So
cool.
how long have you been doing the show, Jerry?
It'll be coming up on, I guess, 2 years.
2 years,
Right?
Jerry?
Going into 2 years. Going into 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it's always been Tuesday, Thursday?
it's always been Tuesdays, and about a year ago, Gino actually said, "You want to hit the Thursday show?" We had another show I was going to co-host, and only lasted a couple weeks, and Gino said, "Why don't you take it?" I said, "Okay," and I'm glad I did, but I'm also glad that I'm going to be sponsoring these because we need different personalities, you know. Once a week.
Well,
once
that's
a
kind of
week is
cool
enough for
that
me.
you're doing that because everything evolves. You know, like I went from the blog, I went from that daily blog. I said, well, what am I going to do when the 365 days are over? What am I going to do? So
You're right
and,
about that.
You know, now it's like I love doing like new restaurants because I love doing the food blogs. I love taking pictures of food. Someone said it's like an obsession.
Well, I'm a
today that
vegan
everyone's
chef.
taking
I
pictures of
take
food all the
pictures
time.
of every food. I'm a
Yeah,
vegan chef.
right?
I love it.
I love it.
Oh.
And when are you cooking for me?
Would you love to try a vegan meal?
Absolutely.
All right, because I've been out to dinner with you a few times, and you don't eat anything close to it.
No, but my niece is vegan. That doesn't
Oh.
mean I won't eat it.
Okay, no, a lot of people no, because a lot of people say to me, "Vegan, really?" Okay.
Yeah, because they don't think it tastes good because it's right.
I am gonna make you something amazing. I'm very excited about that.
Oh, cool. I love
He's
it.
tasted my vegan food. I brought it in here. We
Is
had
it
a
any
vegan
good?
show. We had it on a show.
Why don't we do that? Bring it in.
Okay.
Can we bring it in here?
So yes, we can.
That's kind of cool.
All right, so we'll talk about this.
Yeah, maybe we could bring it the night
Okay.
Marco's going to be here.
That's too soon. We got to plan this.
Well, but how long does it take you to make something
No,
vegan?
but it's not something vegan. I made trays of vegan.
Uh-oh.
Oh, when I do it, baby, I do it right. All right, so we'll plan this.
That sounds great. I love it.
All right.
Yeah, but I had a salad tonight.
No, that's not what I mean.
What the heck?
No,
You don't
no.
eat anything close to that.
No, that's not what I mean. Vegan is weird.
I know,
We
and
very weird.
My niece is starting to do it, and she makes all of her own stuff, and I guess they call it clean eating.
That's
Is that-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what does that means? It's not processed, correct?
Okay. So, yes.
Okay.
It means it's not processed. So, I started this like about almost 30 years ago, 27 years ago, when I got sick.
You've been eating that way for that long?
I had to. I was very sick. So I had to. I changed everything in my life. Everything became organic. Even my bed, my mattress, my pillows, everything, my cleaning supplies, everything in my home. You'll crack up. It's crazy. All right. So, but I had to change everything in my life, and my food was huge. So this is what I try to tell people. If it comes from a plant, that's not grown. If it comes from a man-made plant, don't eat it. If it's grown from a plant, eat it.
Wait, so say that again.
All right, if it's grown from a plant,
Right,
Eat it.
that I've heard. Okay.
but if it comes from a plant, a building,
Oh, that kind of plant.
Yes.
I'm like, what are you talking
Don't
about?
eat
A
it.
man-made plant?
don't eat it. Okay?
I'm thinking of a flower, you know, that
So-
kind of plant.
Okay? So that's why.
That's great. I love it. And I want to also just include in the blog what we talked a lot about the show and the guests on the show, but what else do you do? I
With
know
the
you
show?
counsel.
Oh,
no, you
counsel, all right.
Yeah, what do you do?
So I'm a nutritional health coach. I talk to people. I'm also a life coach. I'm going to use the word life coach because I'm helping young couples, a few of them right now, and I'm also helping a man who they gave 6 months to live. And I met with him yesterday, and in 1 year, he will be a guest on this show. He will be alive and a guest on this show.
That's amazing.
Okay.
That's amazing.
We have a phone call, guys.
Cool.
It's your show. Ask who it is.
All right. Who's calling?
Oh, it's your CD guy. Who else?
Ah, Sal. Hey, Sal. How are you?
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Hello, CD
I
guy.
like that. Good evening.
How are you, baby?
All right. It's miserable out tonight. What happened to the nice weather?
I don't know. Ava and I have a lot of sunshine going on.
I don't know, but every time I come to this show, it's raining.
Oh my gosh!
What about that time I was standing out in the rain and I couldn't find the door? What, I went into a doctor's office?
It wasn't just raining. That was a tight. Listen, we have how you
That's
doing, Mr.
great.
Sal?
Yeah.
Listen, I want you to tell Ava and everyone out there the name of your show, when it will
Yeah,
air.
please.
Oh, next Thursday night, we're going to be on fire next Thursday.
Ooh.
At 5 p.m., Taker 2 takes over NJ.
Wait,
and
say that
if you
again?
go on my Facebook page, Taker 2, it's all about, the character of The Undertaker, who I truly love. But on that night, I promised my friend Gene behind the wall. Hey, Gene, how are you, buddy? If he's there.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Next week, we're going to dedicate this show to the ninth wonder of the world, China, and the hot Scottishman, Rowdy Roddy Piper, baby.
So
I
wait,
love it.
don't get upset with me. I don't have my radio book with me.
Yeah, say the name of the show.
Wait, are you
again.
sure it starts next week?
March 1st, yes.
March 1st.
March
you looking
1st
at
is
me
a week from today.
Then yes, you're right. It
What are
is
you looking
March
at me
1st.
for? Let's
Because
look
I got
at you.
confused. Okay, yes. All right. Because
You're talking to
Marco's
me.
show doesn't start. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Thank
Mar-
you.
We're
No.
doing Marco's intro.
Intro.
On the
I got confused, Sal. Thank you, baby.
20th. Yes,
Okay.
the 20th.
That happens when we get older. Don't worry.
Don't worry, honey. You ain't kidding.
But Marco's show is going to be the first Thursday starting in April.
Yes. Okay.
And then I think Sal's show, you said, is the
That's
last
why I
one.
got confused, Sal. Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep
yes.
you straight
Keep me straight,
eventually.
baby. You guys have to.
Sal, say it slow. What's the name of your show?
I love it.
Taker 2. That's Taker with the number 2. Takes over NJ.
Yay.
Take
Takes
or
over.
two?
Taker, like Taker. Taker 2 with the number 2.
Taker 2.
Takes over New Jersey.
Takes over New Jersey.
Okay.
All
All right,
right.
Sal, we love you. We got another call.
Ladies, have a blessed evening.
You
All right.
too.
Mwah.
Mwah.
All right. Bye-bye.
There you go.
All right. Who's on the line?
Hi, ladies.
Hey, beautiful lady.
Is this our Kathy?
It's your Kathy.
Hey,
Ah!
Kath, how are you,
Didn't they have a
girlfriend?
song, Kathy's Clown? Is that
Oh,
Kathy's
yeah.
Clown?
I'm
That was a
good.
great
I've
song,
been
right?
listening to you guys on and off, doing
Oh,
some
good.
work.
Good. You enjoying
You guys
it?
sound
or are we boring you?
awesome. And I totally agree with you. Nobody should be abused verbally or physically.
Or anyway.
Ever.
Right? Man or
Ever.
woman or child or beast.
Never.
Or beast. Yes,
Right?
definitely.
Good to hear from
Yes.
you, Kathy. How are you?
I'm good.
Good,
you
good,
guys
good.
do an amazing job.
Thank you. So good to hear from you.
I
Thanks for calling
miss
in.
you, girlfriend.
I miss you guys. When are we going to see the Wolves?
Oh, we have that date. We could invite Ava.
Where are we going?
I'll give you. We have the date. Do you have it, Kath, or no?
I think it's April 28th, isn't it?
I don't remember. It's in my book.
We did invite her when we were at the diner.
Yeah, that sounds
Oh, okay,
familiar.
okay.
But you got to refresh me because so much is going on in April. I'm going crazy in
Okay.
April, so I got to get that date in my book if we're going to do
Kat,
something together.
don't hang up, Kat. But I got to give a shout out real quick because Pamela Pelosi is watching us, and it's her dad, Rich, who was our singer.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
The one that goes to the nursing homes.
Yeah.
Hey, Pam,
good.
give your dad a hug.
The one that's older than the,
That's
than
right.
the people he performs for,
So,
right?
we gave your dad a shout. I don't know if you heard before, Pam, but we were talking about
Hi,
your
Pam.
dad. So, all right, Kat. So, listen, yeah, I miss you, girlfriend. We got to get together.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get together again.
Absolutely. I'm leaving on the 15th, so give me a call before then. We'll
All right.
hang out.
All right, so I'll call you tonight. I could call you tonight sometime.
Of
And then we'll
course.
set some. All right,
Yeah,
good.
we'll set something up, and then you'll be back, so we're going to get together at the end of April, correct?
Yeah, well, Jerry was going to check, but she thought it was the 28th.
Okay.
I have it written down. I do, Kath. It's in my calendar. Yep.
Okay, good.
All right. I can't wait for
I have
that.
lots of blank pages here. You can write it here.
We can pretend we have the date.
Yeah. Here, wait, we'll make. Never mind. Thanks for calling in, Kathy.
Thanks,
we look
Kat.
forward to
Love
seeing
you.
All
you.
right, I love you guys.
Love
Keep
you
up
too.
the good work.
All right,
Thank
Kath.
you. Take care. She's amazing. I
She
love
is.
her.
She is.
I love her.
So-
Again, meet by accident. Even though there's
Amazing
what's the word I like? Happenstance. Happenstance.
people.
I like that. It's like serendipity. One of my favorite words to say.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yep. So what else good is going on? So we talked about you're a nutritional
Yep.
health and life coach.
Yep. So
And something else too?
So I help people with disease. I help people
Dis-ease, right?
dis-ease.
Mhm.
That's how I like to say it.
Mhm.
I help people with any stressful situations in their lives. I can help them maybe think a little
Oh, good.
differently.
Maybe you can help me. My life's full of stress.
You know, maybe I help them think a little differently than they're thinking, because what I've learned over the last 30 years of me being in therapy was our thoughts control our emotions 100%. 100%. So if you have distorted thinking, guys, your emotions are going to be all screwed up.
Zig Ziglar talks about that all the time. What you think about, you bring about.
That's
That's
the truth, though.
That's it.
100%. So
So-
I help people empower themselves.
Did you ever read one of his books? He's amazing.
Oh, he's
Zig
amazing.
Ziglar. He's
He's
just
amazing.
amazing. I love him.
And it's all true, though.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah. It's
all true.
It's funny. Some people just don't get it.
No, people don't want to get it because
They
it's
don't
too
want to
much
get
work.
it. Right?
It's too much work.
You
know?
our own selves, like they say, get out of your own way.
That's right.
Just be. Just
You
sit
know?
there and be and feel it, and it'll.
You know?
Like I said, your gut never steers
That's
you wrong.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. So what else? Nutritional life, health coach.
Yep.
And you do something else too, right? Or is that it?
I
other
probably
than
do.
this?
Remind me.
I don't know. I thought there was another thing. Am I missing
Oh, I'm
something?
a vegan chef. So I could.
Oh, you said that. Tell me
Yep,
about
I
that.
could cook meals for people.
Did you go to school?
I
to be a
did.
chef?
Oh, I did. I graduated from. Yes, I have many different.
You wear many hats. Well,
I
we
wear
all,
many
we all
hats,
do that, right?
different certifications. I'm certified in fasting. That's how I saved my life. I went to Tennessee and got certified in that almost
You're
30 years ago.
certified in fasting? What
Fasting.
does that mean?
I did a 2-month
You're
water.
certified in fasting.
I'll tell you,
Okay.
you could die if you don't break the fast properly. No one has ever died from fasting on water, but they can die when they go to break the fast.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
That's really interesting.
Okay, so I did a 2-month water fast. My daughter lived with me at the time. Locked myself in my house.
I don't know. If
Not a vitamin,
fast.
not nothing, just water. It saved my life because the concept of fasting is, and animals know it, they're smarter than we are. When you have a disease, people, and you don't put any food in your body, only water, your body has to eat. Our bodies are so brilliant that it eats the sick cells first. It will actually eat away the
Wow.
disease. It saved my
Wow.
life. So now as far as vegan, I graduated from a school in New York called the Natural Gourmet Institute. And the reason I chose that school years ago was you also get nutritional classes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm all about that. You know, I love it.
I love it.
So I didn't know this when I signed up for the school, but Walter Matthau, and the older crew will know who he is, of course, right? Walter Matthau's daughter, Jenny, is one of the owners.
Oh,
One of
wow.
the smartest, I'm going to say female nutritionists in this world. Forget the
Wow.
country, in this world.
Mhm.
Okay, unbelievable. We have
Wow.
a phone call,
We
guys.
have a phone call. Yes. Who's on the line? Hello.
Hi, this is Crystal Bailey. Sorry, I had it muted.
Crystal Bailey. How are you, darling?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
We were talking earlier about possibly getting you on Jerry's show, and I was telling her about the fantastic flip that we're going to be doing in the second week in March. So I'm looking forward to that. So you want to
Yes,
give?
me too.
I gave your blog site out before, but you want to rattle it off real quick?
Yep, go ahead.
Sure, it's Crystal J. Bailey, and it's Krystle. I know that makes it tough, but it's crystaljbailey.com, and my blog is right there on the main page, and you can also learn about my book, Nourish, and learn a little bit about me.
She's an author
as
too,
well.
and has a book called Nourish. So
I need
she's
to meet you,
amazing.
girlfriend.
She's-
And your name doesn't make it tough. That people will remember because of the spelling.
Yeah,
Because that
yeah.
is one of the most
hopefully.
different spells.
People
right?
make their own spelling
But
up
it's funny because
sometimes.
when I think of crystal with a K, I think of a crystal ball, even though that's not with a K. But that's what it reminds me of. I don't know why my mind connects to like that beautiful light with a K. With
Aw.
crystal. So seriously, and it reminds me of her. She's beautiful.
What
I love her.
area are you in?
I live in Hamilton.
How far is that from us? From
She's
here?
about a half hour from me, so
Okay.
she's probably about 35 minutes from here.
Oh, girlfriend, get me on Facebook, please. We're going to get you a date.
Yes.
I'm booked until like May. We'll get you in June.
Perfect.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
Awesome.
Yeah,
But-
Ava, you can just connect us if that works.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'll connect you
Because I
guys.
will forget because, I'm losing my mind right now.
So if you're
Yeah,
gonna,
aren't we all?
if you're a blogger out there and you're looking for some place to start, you're going to get to see the fantastic flip, which I'm going to do once
I
a
can't
year.
wait to see that.
And it's only going to be with the best.
just so
it's
cool.
Crystal Bailey is going to be blogging on Ava's Allocations, and Ava's Allocations is going to be blogging on CrystalJBailey.com.
I love all this.
So yeah, it's
Yes.
going to be awesome.
I'm
So-
all about women empowering women, too.
That's right.
so.
Does she know Felicia Reed? We got to get her.
I
hooked
don't know
up
if
with
she knows Felicia, but we'll hook her up too.
Felicia
And,
would love to interview you as well, girlfriend.
Yeah, I'll get
Oh,
you
that
on
sounds
Felicia's
great.
show
Anybody.
also.
It's all exposure.
It's all
and
exposure.
Rising the tide, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we appreciate you calling in. Thanks so much, and we're looking forward to seeing you here on the show. And
I
getting
can't
a
wait to
chance
meet you.
to read
Thank
your
you.
blog.
Thank you, Ava.
All
Good
right.
to meet you.
Take
Okay,
care.
sweetheart.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome.
So she's a doll. You'll love her.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So tell me more. I
Tell
want
me
to. I
more.
want to hear more about the Gourmet Chef School.
Okay, so I'm going to tell a very
Fasting
funny
certificate.
story. I'm going to tell a very funny story now. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. So,
Close your ears. Who's
you know
gonna
what?
get in
No,
trouble?
I can't tell this on the air. I
Okay.
can't. No, because I don't have permission.
Okay.
But I will tell you a funny story later on.
Okay.
Okay. But about the food, okay, and about the school and all that. So the school was amazing because it's not only just a cooking school, it's all organic. They do have 1 week where they will teach you meat dishes and seafood, and you can opt out, which of course I did. Because I'm an Italian cook as well. I know how to cook seafood and meat
What's
if
the
I
name
had
of
to.
that school again?
Okay. The Natural Gourmet Institute. It's in New York. Okay.
Because I'll forget it.
Natural
Oh.
Gourmet Institute, amazing school. And so it's an all organic school, everything in it, all the food. Again, well, this was
But they
years
do
ago.
meat dishes.
Well, this was years ago. So 1 week, 1 or 2 weeks out of the year, they do meat dishes and seafood, but vegans can opt out of those 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. We did a Friday night at the end of the year family banquet. It was unbelievable.
Nice.
So they also give nutritional classes there, and that's the other thing that cooking schools just don't do.
And that certifies you as
Oh,
a chef.
yes.
There is a cooking school
Oh,
down in
yes.
Atlantic City. I don't know if they're still there. They're in Harris. I want to say it's Viking Cooking
Okay.
School. But they do classes, and then you eat what you've made.
Yes.
Yeah, so they
That's
kind
what
of
we
do that. So that's
But yes, I'm a certified vegan chef, guys. I have different certifications, and like I
So
said,
we got to
in
hook you
fasting.
up with well, he's not vegan, but still
It
to
doesn't
be
matter.
another chef.
Yeah.
David Silverman.
Sure.
He's a friend of mine, and he's a chef, and he goes to your home and
Right.
sets up,
That's
you know,
amazing.
yeah, cooking for you, you know, parties, whatever. Personal. He's a personal
Yes.
chef.
So, I mean, you know, I can come to people's homes and cook for them who need guidance in maybe a healthier lifestyle. That's what I would do. I would never let you hire me to just cook for you meat and fish and all that. I won't do it. But I would cook vegetarian dishes for you. I would.
So that's how you have to build
But
yourself.
I would
vegetarian.
cook organic chicken for people. It would have to be clean food. You know, if you're interested in someone doing meals for you,
You
that's
consider
clean and-
chicken as part of it?
not as a vegetarian, no, absolutely
No, but I
not.
mean, if you're willing to
I
cook
would
it
cook
for
it for you, but I have to. It has to be organic. That's the only way I'll cook chicken. So
Now, does that mean free range?
there's no
No.
the free range. There's so much in this country that all those words mean nothing.
Okay.
All right. So the thing is this: I have no problem cooking salmon for people, flounder,
Salmon I love, and I love flounder, too.
White fishes. I would cook, and I would cook
Those
chicken.
are the fishes that I eat.
Okay.
I don't eat shellfish.
Well, there you
I
go.
love meat, but I don't eat shellfish.
Never cook shellfish.
I don't eat shellfish.
All right. So I would cook certain meats.
What I watched on The Amazing Race last night, oh my God, with the crabs, forget about it.
No. Couldn't do it. So anyway,
They had to tie them up to send them to the restaurants, and the crabs
yeah,
were
no,
fighting
it's very
back.
Sad.
It
It's very
was
sad. It's
sad.
very.
I couldn't watch
No,
it.
I can't do it.
It was
So
terrible.
anyway, the majority of what I cook would be vegetarian and vegan. I would make some exceptions with certain things only.
I think you should do a show with like a panel of chefs, like 3 or 4
Yeah, that would be
chefs.
very cool.
That would be
well,
cool,
I
right?
did. Well,
Right?
Vince. Okay, from Freedom
He's
Truth
laughing.
Radio.
I love it.
We hooked up together, and we're going to be doing a food thing as well. He's also a chef, and he has a show on Hamilton Radio called Freedom Truth. So we did a show together called Exposing the Truth with lots of different
Oh, I
things.
like that. But that would be kind of cool
And
to
that
have
would be cool.
different people's
so let's
takes
work on this.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the cooking. You could be the taster. How's that? That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be fun.
And then you can say yes, no,
And
maybe.
I can blog on that. I love to
okay.
do the food blogs
Is that
because they're a
cool?
lot of fun.
That would be cool.
But we've had some really fun blogs.
I was in the Trentonian years ago. Jeff Edelstein came to my home in Robbinsville and had the big house. My kitchen was 36 feet long. I had a chef's kitchen. It was amazing. And I had a 14-foot teak table. So he came, me and my daughter made him this amazing lunch with I'm going to call them fried green tomatoes, but they're baked. They were from an organic farm.
But that's what they call them when
That's
they look
right.
like smush.
But mine don't. Mine are amazing, and that's one of the things
So
that
you're gonna
make
make?
you.
Ah, yeah.
Absolutely. That's my specialty.
We're gonna have people drooling on the Facebook
That's
page
right.
the night she cooks,
That's
right,
right.
Gino?
So,
So we did a blog one time, and I don't know if you've ever tried this as a nutritional person. It's there's a place that just opened up. Well, I guess it's been 2 years now in Galloway Township called Staying Afloat, and they do the meditation, relaxation in the salt
honey,
water.
I did that. Listen, sweet
Oh,
pea,
come
before,
on.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about that because I'm allowed. My brother was part of this, and I won't get sued. So the flotation tanks and all that.
Yeah, it was,
Okay, with the
I
salt
haven't
water.
tried it, but the gentleman offered for me to come and
Okay.
try it. We just haven't had
So
an
I
opportunity.
was in my 20s and had to do it. I found a place in Philly at the time. Everybody thought I was crazy. I said, I don't really care. You're in a coffin. I'm going to use the word coffin. And you're in salt water. And it's a flotation tank. So my
It's
brother.
a pretty big tank, the one he has there. So.
Well, this was a coffin-sized tank for one person. Okay.
Okay.
I said, that's something that I have to have on my bucket list. So my brother and a friend come with me. They stay in the waiting room. I go in there. You're naked. You're in this flotation tank, salt water. So you're only to here. So this part of you is not under, okay? Because it's salt water. It's holding you up.
Right.
It was the most, well, I've done so many different things, but this was one of the most amazing things I've ever
Relaxing,
done.
right?
Yes.
Was it to music? Because this place has music.
I didn't
and
want
it's-
music.
It's so interesting.
I wanted to be 100% in tune to me and my inner self. So I said, no music. And I get out. You ready for this? Now, you're supposed to relax for the next half hour.
She probably stumbled out like she was drunk or something.
No. I walked out very calm. My brother and my friend come in my face. Bam. How was it? Oh, my God. Blah, 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 scream. I got dizzy. I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. They
Told you.
ruined-
See, she got dizzy.
They
See?
ruined the whole experience. But it was amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah. Gino, their show's going to start on time tonight? Okay. Okay, so we only have a couple more minutes.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we get the blog stuff out there
Get it.
and say that we are Ava's Allocations and the Jerry Petito Show colliding tonight on HamiltonRadio.net. And you can check out the Jerry Petito Show. You can see this later on Facebook. You can see her on Tuesdays and some Thursdays, as we're going to have 3 new shows coming up on Thursday. Marco Panting with Teens for Dreams. Megan Malfi with, we don't know what the name is yet, but we're working on it. And Sal, say his last name. Angioletti with Taker to Takes Over New Jersey.
NJ takes over NJ.
Takes over NJ.
NJ, baby.
Okay. So I want to make sure we got that out. So check all that out. And again, it's avasallocations.com for the blog. You'll see Jerry's blog the second week in March. You'll see the Fantastic Flip with Crystal Bailey.
Can't wait for that.
The first week in March. And on the last weekend of the month, we have our Elvis tribute artist.
So
Tribute. Yeah. Elvis tribute artist tribute. Yes.
So cool.
So what else?
Well,
what do you want to wrap it up with?
We're coming to the end of the show. I want to thank you first and foremost because this was, now you
It was
asked
fun.
me about all my shows. This is absolutely one of the best shows. It's one of the coolest shows, one of the most fun shows, okay? I'm honored that she came and did this for me here at Hamilton Radio.
And I'm honored that you had me come in and do this with you here at
come
Hamilton
on.
Radio.
Come on, girlfriend. All right?
It's awesome. I love it.
and
I love it. And
you-
thank you for letting us talk about the bags.
bag. Mine is going to be pink and purple.
Yeah, we got got an eye on that one
Listen,
tonight.
honey. And I love that you interviewed me in AC. Let's real quick tell them about the art gallery. We have 2 minutes.
The Arts Garage in Atlantic City. Check it out if you're in Atlantic City. It's actually in a garage at the very end of the expressway. You just come off the expressway, make a right, and the parking's right there on the left. Artisans and artists from all over. Mike Cagno and Simone do a great job over at the Arts Garage in Atlantic City, and that's where we set up our show with WomenOnTV.tv.
Right.
So, and that show aired today with Jerry
That's
Petito as my guest. So
And
that's
tell
kinda cool.
who are the other guests were, who I finally met for the first time but knew
We're
of.
Danny Coleman and Marianne Costello, and we're so excited that we got to make that connection happen. And those guys are great. I love them, and
So Danny Coleman had a show on Hamilton Radio, even PANJ Radio. So check him out, guys. And also,
Marianne Costello with Neo Zoe.
That's right.
And she's also a nutritional.
She's also going to be a
coach.
guest on my show soon. We have a date for her.
Awesome. And you should, I don't know what her schedule's like, but you should bring Simone up here from the Arts Garage. She does nutritional water.
So girlfriend,
So-
hook me up with her.
Yeah. So that'll be fun to get
All
her to come out here.
So
She's
guys,
a great lady.
I just want to thank you all for watching us, and you know, this was such a great show for me.
It was fun. I loved it. Thank you
We
guys for
had
having me.
So much
Gino, the best.
happening on Hamilton Radio with Ava Holly, with Marco Panting, with Sal, with Megan, right? We have so many
much going
new
on.
things that are going to be happening. HamiltonRadio.net, guys.
2000 great teen.
Unbelievable. Gino, thank you, my darling.
Thank you.
All right, ciao, everybody.